Okay, folks, I'm back at my lift chair. I rested a few minutes there on the bed, because otherwise I wouldn't have made it into the living room and to where I'm at now. Oof, I'm give out. This is part 2 video. It is now, let me get my glasses on. Maybe I can see the clock. Okay. Well, I would have been 10 minutes off. It's 9:20. Saturday night, May 26, 2018. Whoa. Just wanted to let you know that I did make it back to the living room and back to my chair here that's next to the living room windows. I've got a little shelf in between me and the love seat that I keep some of my stuff on. That's what the video, not the video, that's where Sweetheart, my laptop, was sitting earlier. I thought it was recording the tail end of this. It may have caught just the tail end of the Stevie her 7th birthday. I can't even talk. I'm too tired. Her 7th, 7-0, okay? There we go. Got a problem with that? Come to walk in my shoes and deal with what I have to deal with. Anyway, all my upsetness is coming to a head, and I never know when it's going to come out, and part of it's coming out, and anyway, didn't think it would on this video, but oh well. I had some control over some things I don't. Anyway, it is what it is. Let it go. Let it be. Doesn't concern you. Don't bother it. And don't bother it at all, even if it does. I mean, I'm done. Anyway, the love seat is on the other side of this shelf. There's the love seat. And, what else was I going to add? Yes, on part 1 of the video I made that was in the in the bedroom, I mentioned that I got my hearing aids on. I got them on. At that time, I had them at the max volume, and I've moved it down to 5, and while I was in the bedroom, and then when I got here to the left, to my left chair, I moved it down to 4. So, they are exceptional, fantastic, fabulous. I love them. I'm still getting used to them. My head is still getting used to them. My body my whole body is still getting used to them. I'm still trying to get used to hearing my voice. I'm not used to hearing my voice. Part of that, they say, will wear off in time. Then you won't notice it. So, we'll see how that turns out, and I will report when that is. If I say I'm still hearing my voice, then I'm still hearing my voice. I won't go into it any further. You'll just already know what I'm referring to. Because I am starting a fresh way of doing things, a fresh start of doing things, and of how I used to do, how I normally would do, or how people are used to seeing me do, or whatnot, so forth, whatever. Because I'm putting on a fresh start. And to me, that's starting from with a new slate of everything. And if you got a problem with it, you deal with it. You handle it the best way you can. Work with it the best way you can. That's for you, not for me. It's out of my hands. If you want to work with me on it, great. If you don't, whatever your decision, whatever. Anyway, it's kind of like when you were in your mama's kitchen or your grandmama's kitchen and she's asked you to come in the kitchen to watch her. Not ask questions. She'll explain later when you're older. However she mentioned it to you, then this is what this is. This is how it's going to be. If I ask something, if you got a question, ask me. We're adults now, aren't we? Supposed to be. I hope you are. Anyway, if you're around me and with me, talk to me. Speak to me. Ask me how I'm doing. What's been going on? What's been happening? How you feeling? Any situations today that's bothering you more? What's your, how's your pain going? How's the, a lot of these people that have talked to me and know me, they'll know how to interact with me. I don't have to draw them a jigsaw puzzle or a map of how to talk to me. I'm just laying it out on this video because I am tired of being ignored. I'm pushed off back in a corner over here. Yes, this is my corner of the world. I love my corner of the world, but I do not like to be ignored. I'm tired of it. Enough is enough. This is what all of that has done to me. No amount of makeup is going to cover everything that has come at me, on me, towards me. This is at the hands of what's been given to me, thrown at me. No one should ever be treated this way. No matter if they have a healthy body, a fantastic body, a macho body, a beautiful body, whatever size body you are, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter if you're human or an animal. Neither one needs to be treated and done this way. Ever. For no amount of reason. I don't care if there's a disagreement going on between the two of you. You still don't do it. To be completely ignored and set aside, forgotten about. Yeah, at times I've been forgotten. And for more clarification on that, it could be because no one wants to even attempt to even check on me, whether it's daytime or nighttime. They drive by frequently. They've been over in this direction. I don't understand it. I don't even understand it with Clorox. I've asked questions. I don't get a reply. So, I don't know. I've turned it over to God. I've wrapped it up in a silver package with gold and platinum bow. And I'm letting God take care of that. He can handle it a lot better than I can. There is going to be a time when I am no longer going to be, when you make a phone call to me, I will not be picking up. As many times as you go to that phone, the reason I say as many times you go to that phone, I still go to the phone and I pick it up, and then I realize as I go to press the buttons, Mama's not there. Mama's in heaven. So whether you're calling me on your cell phone or your home phone or somebody else's phone, your office phone, wherever, there'll be a time when I won't be answering. Sooner everyone realizes that, the easier it's going to be for you to handle. Granted, no, it's not going to be easy. It's going to be hard. Here I am at 65. 28 years since my mama has gone. I miss her dearly every day. I wish her here every second. But in the healthy form of herself, not in the body that she had when God brought her home to heaven. But I know that if you've got something, whoever you are, if you've got something that is not quite right with a dear friend of yours or a dear loved one, the time to make it right with them is now. No, I'm not talking about this very second. I'm talking about while they are here on earth with you. And the sooner and I don't like to use that word, but God told me to use that word, so I'm going to follow His guidance on it. The sooner you do that, the relief will come flowing at some point and make it easier for you. Because if you keep waiting and 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 keep waiting, and you never go make it right with that person, that's going to be a very sad day for you. It's going to be a very hard and difficult for you at some point in time. And that is a guilt, hurt, ripping of the heart, ripping of the insides. I wouldn't wish on anybody. But it will affect you some way, somehow. And how powerful, how strong, how mild, however it does, it will. Nobody knows until that happens. Don't ask me when. I don't know. I just know that it will. Why? One reason I know is because it's happened to me several times. But yet what comforts me and what will comfort you is the fact that at some point, you and that person will reunite again when it's time. That is a promise. That is a given. Though we will be in heaven when that happens. I pray that we will be in heaven when that happens. I feel within my heart and soul that that's where we will be. Yet we have to make whatever that is happening here on earth, in our earthly body and soul, we have to make it right while we're here now. And first step is make it right with God. Second step, make it right with whoever you've got a situation or a problem or an issue or whatever is going on with that one person, or you may have several persons. I don't know. And you make it right with them. And even if it's to agree to disagree, that's still making it right. You've taken the first step of making it right and correcting a wrong while you still have time. It's sad that so many people don't realize the words that come out of their mouth, the actions and the lack of actions, their body movements, their gestures, the looks on their faces, the tone of their voice or voices has an effect on a person. Most importantly, even if you are upset with whoever, whatever, and if you're with a loved one or a friend, you still need to give them a hug. Give them a soft, gentle hug, but give them a hug. A good, honest, sincere hug. And put meaning behind that hug. Don't just, give a hug or give a side hug. I'll just give a side hug. I'll give them a hug. But before you give them a hug, ask them if it's okay to give them a hug. Because they may not feel like a hug. And even if they don't feel like a hug, if you talk to them in a special way and in a special tone, they will accept it. You just have to be gentle with people. So, it's something to think about, that everybody should think about. I was raised and taught to do these things. I taught my children to do these things. I just know that I've got some serious medical, like I've had all along, but it's gotten more so, and more is being added to the long list already. And I've got a surgery coming up on my right elbow, and to get clearance, I have to go and see my heart doctor and get clearance from her. Once I get clearance from her, then my orthopedic surgeon will be able to get the surgery going, scheduled hopefully around your working hours. If not, then I'll have to go with Plan B. I don't know yet what Plan B is, but at some point here in this next week, I will have a Plan B set aside for that. The thought of me having this surgery without you there, Gayla, is one that I don't even want to consider Plan B. I shouldn't have to consider Plan B. Hurts me to even have to even said Plan B. No, I'm not scared about the surgery. It's just everything. Since I saw my orthopedic surgeon, my right arm has got more so. Getting more and more difficult to use. It goes to sleep more, stays asleep more, throbs more, tingles more, painful, cold. Only reason is because that cubicle tunnel inside the left elbow, that tendon and nerve is being pinched off, and that's where the orthopedic surgeon has to go into, on the inside part of my right elbow with an incision lengthwise. Okay. It's going to be, I'm trying to draw the, okay, incision, say this is the bend of the elbow, okay? Alright, I got the elbow stretched out, and it's going to be on the inside part, and it's going to come on down, and then now we're down into the arm part, and it's going to come on down about halfway up the arm that's up, going up the body. So, it's a pretty good incision. Now, I've seen photos where they have also gone on the outside edge of the elbow, but when I saw him, he said, and he put his arm up, and he said, I'll be making an incision, and he showed me, and it was on the inside part. So that's all I'm going with. Now, his plan may be a different plan when I get there. Who knows? But, you know, and I will be in a cast from the mid-upper arm all the way down to about, whoops, let me get it. Probably from my pinky to probably about this far. He may go further upwards, but I'm thinking, from what he showed me, this was where it was, kind of at the middle knuckles, right above the middle knuckles. And then I'll be in a sling. Now, yes, I've got a sling. That's not the kind of sling it's going to be. It's going to be a different sling than that. So, anyway, I'll be in that. He said 7 to 12 days. And I said, well, what if I tell you that I'm a slow healer? He said, how do you come about that? And I said, well, on any of my surgeries that I've ever had from young childhood to now, it takes me longer to heal in that first part of the healing process. And he goes, oh, okay. He said, well, of course it's up to Mother Nature. And I said, you're referring to God? And he said, yes. And I said, I know that. And I know just how my body reacts. I don't know how others react. And he said, well, taking that in consideration, the 12 days, or it could be, a little longer than that. And we'll take however long it takes. And I said, okay. And then what after that? And he said, then we'll be talking physical therapy. And I said, coming here to the home? And he said, yes. So, I do know that even when I do come home, I'm going to need home health care. I'm also going to, and that home health care is going to be including taking care of doing my laundry for me, and taking the sheets off the bed and put them in the washer to wash, and in the dryer to dry, and to sweep, and to mop. And mop, I've got a jet stream mop thing, which I need I need 2 full bottles of those, along with 2 big bundles of the pads that go on the bottom of it. Also need uh, 2 large boxes of tall kitchen bags. That's the odor-free. I also need 2 large bottles of lemon pine sol. I also need to have 2 bottles of, uh, well, yeah, 2 bottles of the lavender scented Clorox, and 2 bottles of the lemon Clorox. I'm also needing room spray, and I need Dawn dishwashing soap. I also need laundry soap. Need to go ahead and have a large box of the a nice, fresh, good smell scented laundry sheets that go in the dryer. And I also need a fabulous smelling scent of cologne and a fabulous scent of body mist. That's what I'm needing. And I don't have it in me to text all of this onto the phone that I normally do it. I've had a mild TIA this week, earlier in the week, and my left arm and hand is give out from holding the phone. At times I can hold it, at times I cannot. At times it's just very difficult for me. And trying to explain all of that to people is like going in one ear, out the other. They don't want to hear it. Yeah. That's all I hear is yeah. Okay. Hurry up. Well, have as many strokes as I've had, go through what I've gone through, have all the medical issues I have, be handed everything that I've been handed and dealt with, and have everything coming at you the way I've been given and treated and done. Come walk in my shoes and then say that. It's a wonder that I am even still here. I don't know the reason. I don't know the purpose. If I did, it could help me understand a little better. Maybe I'm not supposed to understand. But this is not funny no more. You see me laughing? No. This is not a laughing matter. It's not funny. By no means. It sucks. it'd be real easy for me to just say, I'm done. I'm quitting. I'm done. Adios, amigo. See you later. Why? Because I'm not a quitter. I'm a warrior. I'm a fighter. And I'm going to use Beth Chapman's line from one of the shows. The lioness is about to come out. Right before she said that, she said, the lion will come out. And she's trying to get in the car, in the SUV, to drive off. She steps back, looks back at the camera and says, the lioness will be coming out. Don't remember the exact words, but those two words, the lioness will come out. You think you've been to the bullfight and the running of the bulls? And a lot of my friends have been to Niagara Falls. Niagara Falls, I've had a lot of that this week. And the week before. And now it's continuing into the start of a new week. And I'm wanting the start of a new week to be a little bit more fruitful and more positive and more solutions and issues at hand that are being solved, not put off. I'm supposed to see my heart doctor on June the 4th. I had to reschedule it from Wednesday's appointment of this week. And so I scheduled it for June the 4th, but since I've not been fruitful or the solution's not been solved for a ride to the appointment and back home, looks like that may have to be rescheduled again. And I do not like to reschedule my appointments. No way, no how. Unless I just have to. I'm out of rides with the hop that my insurance was paying for. In town, they're free. As long as it's in town. But if it's on a weekend, they don't do on the weekend. So there goes what some of my stuff that can be done is on the weekends. Which is maybe going to the store. This lady's hungry. I shouldn't always have to be the one to pick up the phone to find out if I'm needing food or needing to go somewhere or anything like that. That shouldn't be me picking up the phone and getting a hold of whoever, whatever, on the other end. You're the one that suggested that I move here to San Saba to begin with. The problem hadn't gotten so serious until just recently. I'm tired. I'm exhausted. I need my energy to be relaxing. I don't need to be this exhausted going to my doctor's appointment. I don't, and whoever picks me up, however I get inside the car or out of the car, please don't complain about it. I have to get in the way I can get in and get out the way I can get out. And right now, what I'm dealing with are two messed up arms that I'm having to deal with, and two messed up wrists and hands that are, the left is, I'm left-handed, so I'm left dominant, and this is having to make up for the right side. And then with this TIA that I've had, that's made it even worse. And I don't know. Granted, I can still navigate and function and and everything here in my new haven. And I want to continue to be here at my new haven. And after my surgery, this is where I'm coming. But I'll have the people coming in already mapped out, scoped out, and everything before all of that takes place. So that when I get surgery, and he doesn't know unless during surgery if he's going to keep me overnight or not, I will be taking a bag with me so that if I am to stay overnight, I've already got the stuff with me. I don't have to talk to somebody on the phone to try to tell them where this and that is in my apartment. It's already right there in the car. All you have to do is once I'm in surgery and you're waiting to hear, then that's your time to take that time to go out to the car, bring the suitcase in, and have it there next to you while you're sitting there waiting for the results. And if we don't already take it in to begin with. And then that way you won't have to make a trip back out to the car. You'll already have it there. And then if I am to come on home, well, we'll just load it back up into the car and come on home with it. No biggie, no problem. And he won't know until he's in surgery, you know, what all he's going to be looking at and dealing with. He has an idea of what it's going to be, but now with all this other happening and going on, it may be a whole different story. The longer we keep putting this surgery off, the more damage is being done. And if it's going to be even where he can even save the arm, there is that outside chance that there will not be that possibility to save that arm. Don't know. But that's also a deal that we have to face. now than face later. And go, huh, what? I don't want to wake up and go, where's my arm? No. I went into one surgery with my right leg, not knowing whether or not. The doctor did not want to tell me. I said, I already know what you are not wanting to tell me, but I guarantee you, you'll have a better patient at your hand and in the surgery room on your gurney in the surgery if you tell me now. Yeah, I'm all doped up with the morphine, but yet I can still understand you, but tell me before this fixing to kick in, because it's fixing to kick in. God's keeping me awake, so you can tell me. And I watched him look up at Ray, and Ray said, you better tell her, because she's not fooling. He goes, well, I said, I saw your body language when you looked at the x-ray. He said, you saw that? I said, yeah. I said, I read body language very well. I could tell that you were worried. And he said, well, yes, ma'am, I was, and I am. Because, as you know, I was in the service. I've worked on many bones. And I've operated on many bones. And I said, yes, sir, I do. You need to hurry. I'm fixing to go sleep. And he said, I'm wanting to put a plate with some screws and some bolts and nuts and with the plate, but yet I'm not sure if you're going to get to come out with that leg or not. I said, thank you for telling me. I already knew that, but thank you for taking the time to tell me. I'll play some music, okay? You know what kind. He said, don't worry, I know. It's in the chart. I said, okay. I'll see you in there. I was out. And so, as soon as I came to in the recovery room, I was fighting with my arms, and they go, no, we need to keep the cover up. I said, stop. And I moved the covers. And I looked it up, and looked all the way down, looked at my toes. I said, uncover my toes. I want to see. And so she uncovered my toes. She looked at the RN. The RN was there, and do I? And I said, you best do, or I'm going to rip all these sheets off of here. No, whatever you want to do. And they said, it's okay, it's okay. I said, I want to see this right leg and foot. And as long as they uncovered me, I looked and I saw I was okay. I said, okay. And they would put it back. I said, too tight in different areas. I said, okay, no problem. I said, thank you. They said, what's the problem? I said, ladies, I didn't know about it. I went into surgery not knowing if I was going to come out and have my leg or my foot or whatever left of that portion of the leg. And I wanted to see it for myself. I saw what I saw in the emergency room. So, it's only natural that a person wants to see that afterwards. So, oh. I said, surely I'm not the only one that's ever done this. Well, no, but the way you were going about it, I said, I went away with it the only way I knew how to go about it. And to get it taken care of and be done, and I can sit here and relax. I was having to deal with people who didn't want to deal with me, or their actions were telling me that, and I was just making it clear that it will be done. Or I'll make a phone call, and that'll be that. And they looked at me and they go, "What?" I go, "Yeah, you'll hear about it later, probably." Of course, I talked it over with the doctor and everything, and he had a little talk with them as well. So, a good rapport with your doctor, whether it's your primary doctor, your surgery doctor, or whatever doctor that your primary doctor sends you to, the best rapport and the bedside manner with that person, the better off the two of you are going to be. Because it's going to take both of you working together, working as a team. And if you've got all your medical team all working together and you in the middle being the patient, the better off of care you're going to get. Don't be shy about what questions to ask, what questions not to ask. Ask them. You won't know until you ask. So, and also, like Dog and Beth both have said, especially Beth, is to have a comeback, you have to first have a setback. Something to think about. No truer words have been said. Very powerful words at that. Some deep thinking on that a lot of people don't even want to consider or even think about. They go, "Oh, that, no big deal." Yeah, it is. It is a big deal. Depends on the whatever situation's going on. It can work in anything. And that also all goes back. I can remember in my early childhood, you have to have a firm foundation. To have a firm foundation, you've got to have it solid. To have a solid foundation, God. He's our Creator. He's our Heavenly Father. He's our Father. Him, along with your birth parents, created you. Along with him and my birth parents, they created me, along with my native forefathers. Without them, I would not be here. Without me here, I wouldn't have my 3 children. And my son that's also in heaven, I wouldn't have my 4 children. Yes, I have a son in heaven, Joseph Elmer. So September is going to be a hard month for me. It always is. But that's okay. Because I do know that at some point we will meet again. He didn't get to see the light of day, but I got to feel his movements, his kicks, and his hiccups. And I felt him scratching my tummy with his finger and with his toes. And I knew that with the movements he was making, that he was not only going to be a musician, he was also going to be a player in sports. Now, in what sports, I don't know. I have my idea, but I'll keep that in mind and ask him when we meet to find out if that was the case. That I'll keep to myself. But I do know that he would have been a magician. A magician, not magical musician, magician on singing, playing an instrument, writing songs, writing poetry. All of those, I feel he would have had those because of the two men that he's named after. They both had all of that. And that was Joseph Weldon Johnson, my daddy. And also Elmer Holland, his best friend. And my screen has turned purple and lime green. Why, I don't know, but that's okay. I'm going to go with it because I'm still recording this video and I'm not going to restart it. And so if later in this video that you see the purple and the green, lime green in fact, that's not at my hand or my doing, so I don't know what's going on. But anyway, like I said, I'm not going to restart the video and not going to stop it either. I'm going to just keep on going with it. But anyway, Daddy could sing. No, a whole lot of his friends and family and stuff may have been aware of it, but they may not have been aware of it. I surely was. And Elmer, who I called Dodo, oh, he could sing. And he was the song leader at the Baptist Church in Hawley, Texas for many, many years. Fabulous. Oh, I could listen to him all day long, all night long. And I still want to hear him now. I still do at times. And yes, he does come and visit me. Mary comes and visits me too, his beautiful, amazing wife, who the grandchildren of them, they called him Papa, I think, if I remember right. I could be wrong on that. I hope and pray I'm not. If I am, please forgive me. I do know that they called Mary Nanny, and Mary, you can call me Nanny. I said, no, Mary. No, Mary. I'm not going to, no. So I said, do you mind if I call you Mary? She said, no, that's my name, sweetheart. I said, I know, but I'm so young. I'm not 5. I need to call you Mrs. Holland, but you're not Mrs. Holland to me. You're Mary. She said, well, if that's what makes you feel comfortable, call me Mary. And she set my mind at ease, and that was at a very young, tender age. And so, yeah, they were like Grandma and Grandpa to me. And they said, well, you can call us that. And I go, no. But you're our adopted granddaughter. I said, that's y'all's decision that y'all made. And I appreciate that. I love that fact. But me calling, no. You're Mary and Dodo. So they were Mary and Dodo. And that's D-O-D-O. So he was to have taken my 8th grade graduation pictures. and he was to have taken my senior pictures. But at the age of 69, God called him home. And he wasn't there at my 8th grade graduation. They were there at the backyard, but not at the 8th grade graduation night, which was a week later. I remember it was difficult to walk up the aisle, difficult to walk across to get my diploma for graduating 8th grade. And then it was difficult to walk. I didn't even walk to sit back down with the group. I just kept walking, and I remember eyes were all following me, and I could hear whisperings as I got to the door. Where's she going? I immediately went to the bathroom. And I locked the door. And it was a 3-stall bathroom, but I locked the door. And it was at the Holly Cafe, cafeteria, Holly, at the school. Back then it was the Holly cafeteria. It has since now been torn down, which I'm still not happy about and pleased about, but I've got to let it go. But anyway, that was a difficult night for me. And it was a very heavy night. And there was only one person that I was going to let inside that bathroom. And the young girls and all, there was a man's restroom at the other end of the hallway on the opposite end. And if you were familiar with that location of where I'm talking about, then you know where the man's bathroom was, and that was next to the principal's office. And mine was at the double doors that would go outside. That's where the ladies' bathroom was. And on that end of that big wide hallway. Anyway, the only one that I would let in was Debbie. And once she got in, then I said, you can let Marcia in, you can let Trudy in, and you can let Judy in, and you can let Janet in. Those are the only ones to be in right now. Everyone else is just going to have to stand and wait, or they can just go over there and use the men's bathroom. Or they can go over and use the bathroom in the gym. Because I needed to be calmed down, I needed to get consoled, I needed to be comforted, I needed the ones around me, and then I said, I need Mary in here, and I need my parents in here. And then I had them going out, and then I had them come in, and then I went on out. And they said, do you want to go on out there and sit with the rest of them? And I won't know until I get out there. I'm just ready to go home. So I went out there, and they go, well, you ready to go home? I sat for a little bit, and I turned and I looked at them. I go, let's go. And I had to go on and going home. Here I am at 66, and it still bothers me. Always will. He was a great photographer. He's also the one that gave me my first horse. It was his horse. One of his horses, Patsy. She died standing up, which a horse is not supposed to normally die standing up. They normally will lay down to pass on. I got down there to her in that field that was in front of the house. I had been watching her because she hadn't moved. It wasn't like her to be in that same position that long. I had watched her. She made one step, and then she made another step, but she stayed in that one step. And I'm like, okay, she's looking at something. I thought she was looking at something on the ground, that something was not right, and so she wasn't moving. And I thought, okay, that's a snake or what? There's something there. I get down there, and there's nothing there. I got up to her, and I'm rubbing her face and her nose and all that. And I'm going, I get up there close to where she can, I get in front of her, and I'm rubbing her across her nose. And I'm, Patsy, what's the matter? And she looked at me, straight in my eye. I said, it's okay, Patsy, I'm here. She was waiting until I got there, and that's how she died. Looking at me, and her standing right there. It was hard to have to leave from her. I stayed for quite a while, and then I had to leave from her to go and get help to come in. And it was an all-day affair into the evening of getting her to where she needed to go to be laid to rest. And it took several people, several different organizations to get all of this taken care of and done. And to this day, I'm highly appreciative and highly thankful that they all came running. Because otherwise, I don't know what would have happened, you know. So, you know, she would not allow anyone else to ride her. And it was either Brett, his foreman, or Dodo, or myself that could ride her. She wouldn't allow anyone else. They could pet her, as long as you're petting her on the left side. But you go to try to get on her, she would make you think that you're going to get to ride, and she will wait right at the right moment, and off they'd go. Well, what they... I said, she is very picky. She's very choosy on who she's going to have ride her. Right now, there's only 4 people who can ride her. And they said, who? And I said, God, Dodo, Brett, and myself. No one else can ride her. Now, as long as I'm on there, I can have a passenger on there with me. But that's if I approve of that, a rider on there with me. If I didn't approve of that rider being on there with me, no way, no how was that person getting on. Not even with all the all the consoling that I could give her and say, it's okay, Patsy, it's okay. Because there was something else that she knew about this person that I didn't know, wasn't aware of, and she just wasn't going to have that happening on her. Why? Because she was not only protecting herself, she was looking out after me. And I could ride her saddled, or I could ride her bareback. And even when I wanted to ride her bareback, she would poof me off, poof me off, poof me off. I go, Patsy, come on. She knew that I really wasn't fully capable of doing the bareback because of one thing or another that was going on with me inside, or emotionally, mentally, physically, or medically, or something. She just wanted that extra safety for me to have that saddle on. She was a very, very unique, awesome, amazing Patsy. Amazing horse. None like her. So, yeah. And yes, we jumped fences. That was fun. Couldn't do it today, I don't think. I wouldn't want to. Wouldn't want to try. That's stretching my limit a little bit too far, but I would love to ride again. I miss riding. That's such a form of relaxation that I would so love to do again at least one more time. So, if there's any horsemen out there that's got a real gentle, calm horse, let's go riding. I want to ride. Or at least try. And I also want to ride on the back of a motorcycle again. I love to ride. Somebody's going to have to get me a helmet, because I don't have one. I've got a small head. So, you know, I would so love to ride. Come get me. I want to ride. And I've got riders on my page that are in my special family friends list, in what I call my special family friends circle. You know who you are. Come get me. Private message me. If you don't have my number, private message me in my message box. Let's go riding. I want to ride. Okay? Just putting it out there, okay? May have to start off real slow and easy. I'll let you know when to open her up. Don't open her up on your own, okay? I've not been on a behind a bike since, when was it? Let me think on that. Okay, in 2001, 2002. Right along in 2001 and 2002. It's when I lived in Dublin. A friend of mine had a bike. And he took me for a little ride. I wanted it to be little, and I mean little short ride, because he really if he would have kept agreeing to go with my suggestions on going, breaking me in on the bike at sort of kind of at my pace, not at his pace, and opening her up and zoom, here we go. No, need to work me up into that. Let me go with the flow a little bit, And I love a Harley. Those have got the most comfortable seats. And I do need to have the backrest on there. And the armrest. I don't know if y'all have already got those on there or not, but, if they're already on there, great. If not, at least the back part. The back, and the seat good and cushioned, and the back cushioned. And I have been told, with all the ones that I've ridden with, that I am an excellent rider. With as little time that I've been on a bike, and to know what and how to do, they swore up and down that I had been a rider all along. And I go, no. I said, whichever direction the driver goes, I go. If he blows to the right, if he blows to the left, if he blows forward, if he blows back, or if he's straight up. I go with his movements. You do not. This is the cardinal rule of riding as a rider on a bike. And that is, don't go. If the driver's going one way, you don't go the other way. You don't go the direction that you think you need to go. You go the direction the driver is going. It's a cardinal rule. Any biker who's a biker will tell you that. Gil? Am I right on that? Ricky? Am I right on that? Keith? Am I right on that? HD? Am I right on that? Frank? Am I right on that? Sister? Am I right on that? Same thing applies when you're riding on the back of a horse as a rider. I don't make a good rider on the back of a horse. I've done it, and I don't like it. But, yeah. You go with the rider, whichever way they go. And you relax your body. You don't tense up your body. Because if you tense up your body, the driver knows it. And the tension is not good on the driver. You need to relax. Feel the breeze, feel the air. Just relax with it, go with it. Because if you've never been back on the back of a bike, It is scary. It was for my first time. It always, each time you get on there, it's a little, because you've got to it depends on what kind of bike you're getting on. You've got to adjust everything to fit that bike and to fit that driver and whatever seat that's there for you to sit on. You've got to do all the adjustments and stuff, and where to put your feet, and where you're not going to get burned, because there is exhaust system on each side, and I've gotten burned on both sides, but you learn where to put your legs and your feet where you don't. And there is really no time to wear shorts and sleevelessness, blouses or shirts when you're riding a bike. You need to be protected from whatever you're going to be riding on, whether it's pavement, asphalt, dirt, sand, rocks, whatever. Common sense tells you that. So, I've seen so many pictures with people wearing shorts and blouses that are sleeveless and all of this, that I cringe, because you never know when there's going to be an accident, and then you're at the grace of whatever you hit. You're not padded. You're not, you're not protected. So it's always best to be as protected as possible. Don't make it worse. So, and granted, I don't have biker gloves. I was offered biker gloves at one time, but I said, oh no, not right now. I'll get them some other time. But I do have my gloves that I wear when my hands get cold. And so if and when I go riding, that's what I will be having on my hands. Even if I get to go horseback riding, I'll have those on my hands. So, and I've got things that got long sleeves, and I've got my slacks that are, protect my legs. And I've got my high socks that I wear underneath that will be protecting my lower legs. So, I'll be protected that way. I would love to have the knee pads and the elbow pads, but there's no need in that right now. I just want to ride. I've got the basic essentials that need to be, except for the helmet, because I'm not getting on that bike without a helmet. And I won't ride behind a rider that will not have a helmet on. That to me is, because I'm on the bike at his, under his care and everything, but I'm more protective of his care than probably I should be, but I worry about his head being not protected. And truthfully, no biker should be on there without protection. So, if you're a biker who does wear a helmet, great. I'd love to ride with you. I'd love to get behind you, but now, just how I'm going to get a helmet, I have no idea, because I don't have the funds to get a helmet. And I don't want to tear up somebody else's helmet. So I don't know how that's going to be rectified. Because I do have a small head. And I would love for it, if it's one to be purchased, I would look for it to be a microphone so that we could at least talk back and forth to each other. Because the ones that I've called out, I feel that they have the ones with the microphones. I know of one of those. And CK, you're one of them. I know you've got that microphone. And so I would, at least we could talk that way. Yeah, I can talk in your ear, but it's harder to, you'll be able to hear me. But I will not be able to hear you because I do have a hearing problem. And I may be wearing my hearing aids, but then again, I know if I'm not wearing them, I will be carrying them with me so that when we do stop and sit, then I can put them on. And or if I need them, I'll have them with me. But I may not even put them on. I may just want to use what I need to hear for the microphone. So, because I won't be able to put that in my ear if I've got my hearing aids on. So, I know this video is long, but yet it's an important video, and it's covering a lot of bases, and I didn't know how else to put it on and fix it and do. I don't have it in my hands to type all of this, so that's why I put it all in video form. And again, I hope and pray this purple and this green is not on the video when I go to play it, but if it is, I'm sorry, not my doing. So I know that if I clicked it off and start over, it wouldn't be there, but I don't want to restart the video. So I'll go with it however it is. Let it be. Let it go. So, anyway. Love y'all. Aloha. Later, Gators. Have a fabulous Memorial rest of the weekend. And have a fabulous Memorial Day on Monday. To the ones that may have forgotten, there'll be no mail that will be delivered on Monday. Tuesday's mail will more than likely run late, so be prepared for your mail to arrive late, whether it's in the morning hours that you get your mail, or midday, or mid-morning, or early in the afternoon, middle of the afternoon, late in the afternoon. Whenever you get your mail, whether you live in the town, in the country, outside of town, wherever, just know your mail will be running late. And the normal time that you go and get your mail, you don't want to do that Monday because that mail will not be there. Wait till later. And you may have to try it 2 or 3 or 4 times until it's there. So that's left up to you on when you want to go and get your mail. But anyway, just letting you know ahead of time. So you can't say you wasn't told and wasn't prepared and hadn't been warned. Okay? Aloha. Bye-bye. Night-night.